Imagine standing on the brink of defeat, facing an army far larger and stronger than your own. Most people would surrender, but one man did something different. Using his wits, he outsmarted an entire army, not only achieving victory but leaving a mark on history that's remembered to this day. Today we're diving into the incredible story of a leader whose mind was his greatest weapon. But before we dive into this tale of strategy and courage, remember to like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing historical stories. Your support helps us continue sharing the fascinating moments that changed history, setting the stage, the underdog's world. To appreciate this story, let's first understand the world this man faced. The Ottoman Empire, at its height, was a massive, intimidating force, controlling territory across 3 continents. They ruled with a combination of military might and strategic prowess, possessing a standing army that was highly trained, well-equipped, and nearly unbeatable. Their goal? To expand further into Europe, taking over small principalities and kingdoms that they saw as easy prey. But one man stood in their way, Stephen the Great of Moldavia. He ruled a small principality on the frontier between Europe and the Ottoman Empire, with limited resources and a small, loyal army. Despite the odds, Stephen was determined to defend his homeland. He was an experienced leader and knew that a direct battle against the Ottomans was out of the question. Instead, he would rely on strategy, courage, and the unique terrain of Moldavia. With the Ottoman forces moving in and his own kingdom at stake, Stephen prepared for the ultimate test. His only path to victory lay in his ability to think several steps ahead, the strategy turning weakness into strength. Stephen the Great understood that his smaller, less equipped army couldn't defeat the Ottomans in a traditional battle. Instead, he devised a plan that took advantage of his deep knowledge of the land and his enemies' overconfidence. He would lead the Ottomans into the heart of Moldavia, where his smaller forces could utilize the mountainous terrain, dense forests, and unpredictable winter weather to their advantage. To weaken the advancing Ottoman army, Stephen used scorched earth tactics. His troops destroyed villages, bridges, and supplies along the way, leaving the Ottoman forces exhausted and demoralized. Every town they passed through had been emptied of resources, food, and shelter, forcing the Ottomans to rely on a dangerously long supply line. Stephen also knew the psychological power of misinformation. He spread rumors of vast Moldavian forces waiting in ambush, causing the Ottoman soldiers to feel constantly threatened. By the time the Ottoman army reached Moldavia's valley of Vaslui, they were exhausted, hungry, and anxious, exactly as Stephen had planned. The decisive Battle of Vaslui. The battle began on January 10, 1475, in the foggy valley of Vaslui. The thick fog limited visibility, providing cover for Stephen's forces and disorienting the Ottoman troops. Stephen had carefully positioned his men along narrow passes and hillsides, trapping the Ottomans in a bottleneck. The Ottoman soldiers could hardly see more than a few feet in front of them, making it impossible to gauge the Moldavian army's numbers or movements. Stephen's forces launched a surprise attack from all sides, with archers raining down arrows from hidden positions. In the thick fog and close quarters, the Ottoman army struggled to organize their lines or even identify where the attacks were coming from. The Moldavian soldiers, trained for this kind of terrain, moved quickly and precisely, overwhelming the Ottoman troops. Stephen ordered a series of feigned retreats, luring the Ottomans further into the valley, deeper into his trap. At the peak of the battle, Stephen's army unleashed a coordinated assault with trumpets, war cries, and flanking attacks from hidden positions. The Ottoman army, already fatigued and demoralized, began to fall apart under the relentless Moldavian onslaught. By the end of the day, Stephen's smaller force had achieved a miraculous victory. The once feared Ottoman army was forced to retreat, leaving thousands of their men behind. This victory wasn't just a win for Moldavia, it was a signal to all of Europe that the mighty Ottoman Empire could be defeated with strategy and determination. Aftermath and legacy. The Battle of Vaslui had a massive impact on both sides. For the Ottomans, it was a humiliating defeat that exposed their vulnerabilities and forced them to reconsider their approach to European expansion. For Stephen, it solidified his reputation as a brilliant strategist and fearless leader. He became a legend throughout Europe, hailed as a hero and a defender of Christian lands. But the battle also left a lasting impression on military tactics. Stephen's use of terrain, misinformation, and guerrilla tactics demonstrated that a smaller force could outwit a larger one with careful planning and deep knowledge of the land. This approach influenced warfare for centuries, showing future leaders that victory doesn't always depend on numbers or firepower. Now here's something to ponder. What other historical leaders do you think used strategy rather than force to achieve incredible victories? And another question. Could Stephen's tactics work in today's modern warfare with all the technology we now have? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspectives bring these stories to life. Conclusion. The story of Stephen the Great and the Battle of Vaslui is a testament to the power of strategic thinking, resilience, and the ability of one determined leader to change the course of history. By outsmarting an entire army, Stephen not only protected his homeland but also inspired others to stand up against seemingly unbeatable foes. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new story. Thanks for watching and keep exploring the fascinating moments of history with us.